Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is about the predictions for your coming month. So, if you're watching this at the time that I am putting this video out, it's going to be October. So, your coming month of October, very, very special month. Let's see. For pile number 1, we have Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, and Libra. Your card is Epona's Wild Daughter. For pile number 2, we have Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, and Aries. Your card is the Los Guna. For pile number 3, we have Virgo, Gemini, Capricorn, and Sagittarius. Your card is Nellis the Alchemist. Okay. I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the card, the zodiac sign, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is Epona's Wild Daughter. Her actual name is Dorcha, and she is one of my paradoxical cards. She is representing the Sphinx energy, so she has a riddle, an enigma for you, and she's also part of that solution. So the more you ask questions, the more questions you can get. But as long as you keep that process going, it seems like there's a sort of a descent into some places where you might not want to go. They might not be pleasant, but they hold a lot of wisdom that you really, really need at this moment. So this is one of those paradoxes where we have to go where we don't want to go to solve the problem, to get the key, to get out of that situation that keeps you stuck in that same question. So there's a lot more to be said. So I want more cards so that I can have more context for that. I will get you some Mystical Kipper cards for the month of October, or the coming month for you. We have Success in Love and Theft. So already very paradoxical. Success in love and theft. Okay, these two. And let's get you one of these. This one. Okay. So we have the last quarter moon decreasing in fire, the fall stage, and the keyword is opposition. It's the same element, both in fire, but this is the first quarter moon, increasing in fire, leaf stage, and the keyword is competitiveness. So I guess you'll be facing some competition. Someone might want to have what you have to get what you are having, but maybe they want to take it from you. But with Epona's wild daughter, I think that you're not aware of who this might be or what this energy might be in your psyche. Let's see if it is a person, if it's outside of you, or if it's something in your inner world. Okay. The visitor, 7th moon mansion. I guess it might be someone else because of this energy here. But usually the visitor is actually a positive encounter. But maybe there's something paradoxical about this. Maybe it's something that gives and takes at the same time. So it's kind of a contradiction for you. So it feels like next month there's going to be a fortuitous encounter, social encounter, with someone who maybe you have like mixed feelings about, or that you really wanted to invest in or collaborate with, but at the same time you're aware that there's something off. Whatever it is, it seems like it's triggering some kind of suspicion or questioning, like you're questioning things because of this person. I don't know if you're questioning yourself or if you're questioning what you're doing or your course of action, or maybe the other person's intentions or their essence. Okay. So what else do we have for pile number 1? We have Venus in Aquarius with detachment. Jupiter in Libra with negotiation. Mars in Leo with egotism. Mars in Sagittarius with domination. Moon in Sagittarius with optimism. Yes. Okay. I saw something else in this card. I wonder. I saw another word, but then it just slipped away. Optimism. Okay. Let's see if it comes up afterwards. And the Sun in Virgo with health. Optics. Maybe it was something like optics, because when I put the card up and I wanted to read, I just saw like very out of focus image because I was peeking through the camera, and there's something about optics, like how things are seen, how they appear. Something is out of focus. Okay. So for the month of October, for pile number 1. Oh, sorry for that. So the first card is Justice. And then we have Temperance. the Fool. 3 major arcana. So it feels like this month you're going to have a reset of sorts related to an ongoing process. There's something in that process that needs a reboot, like you have to unplug from, from the wall, from the socket directly. It's like you need to go to the source of something and disconnect it. And truly there's something weird about the people you're going to meet, or one person in specific, there's also something else. I'm not sure if this person is completely new in your life. It might be someone who you haven't been with for a very, very long time. You're completely away from each other, but there's something there can be a meeting, there can be, or even like an overlapping of energies, conflicting energies, conflicting ideas. And it also feels like it's something that's going to draw a lot of attention, both from yourself as well as from other people. So maybe this is also for some of you who are like in some sort of competition, who are competing for something. So there's some kind of it seems like this is describing the process, that process of competition. But it also feels like you're not aware yet of who you are competing with, or exactly what you're getting yourself into. It seems like you have your own thing going on. I have my own problems, I have my own issues, so I'm not really paying attention. And then you're kind of confronted with someone who draws that attention, who puts that focus on this. And also other people's attention. So it seems like there's a lot of people actually, but it's like it boils down to you and another person. So it's like this sports competition when you have like group phase, and then you have the different like semifinals, finals, something like that, like a process of filtering. It seems like it's I wouldn't say it's aggressive, but it seems like a bit cutthroat. It feels like it's a cutthroat environment to me. I wouldn't say it was pleasant. Knight of Cups. Nine of Wands. I think that this part of the reading is about you maybe paying attention to your instincts. Pay attention to your gut feelings about people. Like if you get this really weird feeling, try to put your focus on what that feeling is and why it's happening. Describe it, because there's something weird that you're not fully aware of yet. And it's not that it's evil, or that it's like shadow I wouldn't say it's shadow. It's more like people are wanting what you have, and it's like they're okay with making sacrifices to get that. And I don't think you're realizing how important it is. And I don't even think that you have to protect it. You just have to kind of fit into that space, to take that space for yourself. Because if you don't, someone else will. And it's a pity because it seems like it's a lost opportunity. And it seems like also you healing, it's like healing ego. Finding a piece of your ego that's actually really healthy. And that's about taking up space. That's about you representing yourself and being able to stand up and speak up and to be in a good place, to be seen as someone who is in the position to negotiate, who is in the position to, it's not to be superior to others, but who is able to bring something to the table that everyone values, and that's positive. That's like a positive. That's something that adds. And it's your success that's in question here. It seems like you need to seize it, like you need to go for it, and there's this moment, maybe in an interaction, where that's really important for you to fully represent yourself, because if you don't, someone else will come and will take that opportunity. It's a bit cutthroat, actually, although it's not evil, okay? But it's about taking that chance, seizing that moment. So let's see what else. Nine of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. The Emperor. Three of Cups. Ten of Swords. Oh, these are a lot. So, some of these people might be, so maybe specifically this one person can be a little bit of a bully, but you have to stand up for that person. That's what it feels like. It feels like you really need to like put an end to that person's reign. So it's kind of, it seems like I was quite cruel with my words just now, but it actually is about a humbling experience that is that is sorely needed for someone. And it's not about humiliating, but it's more about adjusting ego, healthy ego, putting the ego in the right place, and allowing your own ego to also take up space, and also to allow for other people to get their own space too, because it's about fairness. Also, you have Justice is the first card, Temperance the Fool. There's something spiritual also. So there's something about like serving others here. So if you serve, if you are fair to yourself, you're also fair to other people's energy. It's about respecting ego as a valid way to protect what needs to be protected. And it feels like that energy, that ego, healthy ego, is in this specific moment the way to protect against bullying, against someone who has an energy, the energy of a bully. And it seems like for now you're not really realizing that this is happening, because maybe you would think that, I don't know, someone would do something about it before you came in and did what needed to be done, maybe. So you're kind of caught off guard. It seems like it's something that is, you're not seeing it yet. And I don't know, but suddenly your whole month kind of hinges on this process. And I don't think that this process is something that takes a long time. So I guess that for now, you need to understand that you are focusing, you're not focusing on something that's important, and you're not aware of who this person is yet. But once they come in, you kind of need to switch on this like healthy ego, like on. It's going to be like switching on a button, really. It has to be kind of instantaneous in order for it to work, in order for the expression, the light of it, the emotions to do what they need to do. Because they're very healing. And paying attention to your emotions, paying attention to your instincts, and to that timing. To me, the Knight of Cups is also about timing, like having great timing. So I would think of like people who are very good at improvising, like artists, musicians, dancers, who are very good at improvisation. It seems like it's like that. It's something like that. You're very skilled. It doesn't mean that you're not prepared just because you're improvising. You can actually prepare your whole life just for this one moment of improvisation and expression that really inspires and leaves everyone in awe. So it is about that. It's also a bit performative, but it's drawing the attention of others to yourself, but for good purposes, because there's something needs to be done. Something needs to be done that requires you to have a very healthy ego. And this month might be about preparing yourself to have a very robust idea of what that might look like. And it might be a little bit triggering because a lot of us are accustomed to associate ego with something evil. Like, oh, you want to be the center of attention. Oh, you want to be everyone to see you as an idol, or to be, at your feet in reverence. But it's so much more than that. And especially for people who are more like detached. Okay, so maybe this month is also about you understanding how to be more present in a healthy way, so that it doesn't also disturb your spirit. Don't let other people disturb your spirit. So don't give any space to bullies. Don't allow people to take up your rightful place. Don't allow them to steal your success. That's what I'm seeing here. Because you're going to have an encounter maybe even like face to face with someone who kind of pushes you a bit, who wants to be very imposing, and you are more in this like sharing mode, but you need to understand how to also impose your energy so that sharing mode, and that it creates kind of a protective environment for other people who are also worthy, who are also successful, and who also want to embrace this opportunity that is coming. Maybe it's something social, maybe it's like a job opportunity with negotiation, maybe it's something like that, like you negotiating like good conditions, good like you have good reputation, and it's like you need to use it so that you also open the doors for other opportunities. Okay. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm also available for personal readings at the moment, so if you're interested, just send me an email. It's in the description box below. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Your card is Los Guna. And Los Guna is, of course, as you can see, half frog. So amphibious animals can be both in water as well as outside. So I would say that this can be about exploring in a way that feels like it's adventurous for you. So if you need silence, maybe that's your adventure. Maybe you need to venture into your inner realms and into calmness and serenity. But for some of you, it might mean visiting different places, tasting different food, knowing different subjects, so studying things that you've never considered before. So it's about maintaining an adventurous spirit, whatever that means for you. Okay, so let's get you some mystical Kipper cards for the coming month, or for the month of October if you're watching this at the time it comes out. Okay, we have one more, or okay, two more. We have bereavement. Oh, sorry. Living room. And a long way. I guess I'll put these like that. Here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we have for pile number 2 for the coming month. Oh, that's too many. I guess that's it. Okay. Okay. We have the last quarter moon, decreasing in water, fall stage, and the keyword is manipulation. We have fountain, 10th moon mansion. Oh, sorry for that. Okay, so this is the branch with the 15th moon mansion. And the door with 16th moon mansion. So from the 15th to the 16th. Let's see, what else do we have for pile number 2? There's 2 here. Sun in Scorpio with endurance. Venus in Sagittarius with flirtation. Saturn in Virgo with isolation. Venus in Cancer with birth. So already I can tell you that for those of you who want a romantic relationship in your life, that part of the reading might be for you, because there's a lot of indications here that there's going to be an opportunity in your life, and that it's going to require a kind of a leap of faith on your part. And also, I would say that if you want to get pregnant and if you want to have children, it's very likely, it's very possible for you to do that in the coming month. So if you want it, this would be a great auspicious timing for that. If you don't want it, be careful and be very mindful of how you feel exactly, what you really want out of life, how you feel about this person, if this is a person, and we'll get there, and to also really harness that passionate energy, to let it out in a way that is healthy, because you have endurance here. So it's also about this romantic back and forth, and you being, how do I say this, like hurt by loneliness, like you don't want to be alone, you want to be with this person the whole time, and you're really fixated. It's very a beautiful time of infatuation, that's what I'm seeing here. So this is for some of you, and for many of you it's going to be it's going to be about you venturing out into the world or into your soul to find something that you need right now, and that you are going to use to create something new. Because there's this card here, the Fountain, is about you using your talents to serve others, to help others. And it's also about other people seeing you as someone who is very precious to them, who they love. There's something about this card that kind of reminds me of the Empress card. So it's about you sharing your gifts, having a lot of abundance, having a lot of love to give, energy or blessings that you can share. And also people valuing that and really loving you for it, and giving you things back also in retribution, and as a way of thanking you, of honoring you. So that's it's a very beautiful energy that I see here, very respectful, and it seems like relationships are going to be very important in the month of October for you. There's a lot of connection and dynamics in that area of your life. But it also feels like there's something from the past, because you have bereavement here. There's something from the past that's going to maybe affect this inner outer dynamic So because you have this living room is a very comfortable, very safe place to be. It's about having the things that you like around you, and it's a very controlled environment, loving and clean. And there's also a long way, and a long way is really almost the opposite. You see, this pilgrim is venturing out into the world, only carrying his backpack, so he's very uncomfortable on the outside in the material sense, but in the spiritual sense, he's comforted, right, by his faith, by his will to see, to get to the top, so that he can see like the eagle sees the landscape, so that he can see the sky, so that he gets this perspective, this eagle eye perspective. So there's kind of a tension between these two. And it feels to me like you really need to understand what is holding you back, both from diving in as well as from venturing out. And because Los Guna is amphibious, it's about this balance between the two states, because you can do both. You can actually do both. But for you to do both, you have to let something go. You have to honor something that is gone. Maybe it's an aspect of yourself, because with manipulation, as a suggestion, it might be that you're not really aware of something that's holding you back. But it's something that you feel. It's how you feel about something. How you feel about something holds you back. So let's find out what it is and how it's holding you back. Okay. The Hermit. Again, so this is, to me, the same character. The Hermit. The Eight of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Five of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Four of Wands. The Sun. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Swords. The Lovers. The Hierophant. Temperance. Okay. So for some of you, this might mean marriage, actually, because you have the Lovers, the Hierophant, Temperance, and the Four of Wands by the end of the month. So if this is what you want, it seems like it's very, very likely that you find someone that you can be married with, that you can create something that's worth celebrating. And it's also about giving up grievances and giving up grief. So it feels to me like you're very used to being alone, like you're used to following your own inner compass. And it seems like that version of you is changing. There's a kind of a metamorphosis here that's occurring. Because when I saw this card, almost felt to me like this person was transforming into the bird. So this person is no longer here. They're no longer functional. They're pinned to the ground. But now you can live the life of the bird. You're transforming into the freer version of yourself. And actually the pure version of yourself, because there's something here about also getting something, retrieving something. Retrieving something. No, not retrieving something. It's more like meeting something again, meeting a part of yourself again, a part that was isolated or that you were isolated from. The Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. It will require a leap of faith because something very different is starting. And I'm not really... It doesn't seem to me like it's something that you're completely... it's completely new. I don't think it's much of a novelty or a surprise, actually. But it's something that needs faith to work. It needs hope and faith. Because it's also a renewal. It's a retrieval, a renewal. And what it will require and what holds you back is grief. It requires you to face grief, or it requires you to transmute that grief, because this can no longer happen. It can no longer, it doesn't work. So it's also interesting to me that this seems like a very alchemical process. It's about changing yourself, but it's also about changing your circumstances. It's not only an inner, it's truly the balance between the inner and the outer. So this month you will work on the outer world matching the inner world as much as you can, and it will be a balancing act for a while. But by the end of the month, you'll be celebrating and you'll be on a completely different stage. By that time, the process, the alchemical process, will be finalized. It's really powerful. The Lovers, the Hierophant, and Temperance. This is the alchemical marriage for me. Because it's following specific rules. They can be magical. They can be like a healing process, like a specific healing process that you're using for yourself. And it's going to help you match. So the inner environment is going to match the outer. Your inner world. Inner environment doesn't sound very good. Sorry. So the environment is going to match the inner world. It's like two very different ecosystems that are going to find a way to connect and to be balanced. And also, for those of you for whom this is about a romantic relationship, it seems to me like this is a very magical romantic relationship. It has a lot of energy that's magical in nature and that you can do magic with. And maybe I'm not speaking for everyone, because not everyone will understand what I mean by alchemy and magic, and I can't explain it because there's a lot of information on that, and how relationships between people can create different chemicals, and how people attract and repel each other according to the chemicals and according to the, you can say, the vibrations, but the energy that they emit, because we are like little batteries, little, well, bigger than batteries, but we're very powerful energy creators, like reactors. And we are also receiving and creating at the same time. So how can we make this match? How can the buttons be the correct ones, and how we can push the correct button at the right time? So there's something about this dance that's very beautiful. That's it's about romance also. Romance is this exchange of energy. It's very passionate, because with the branch here, this card is about a very sudden and powerful connection. But because you have endurance here and flirtation, it seems to be like you have to manage this very, very well. It needs to be wise, and it needs to be framed. It needs to have boundaries. It can't be all over the place. It can't be, because you have endurance, I feel like there's this danger of being too out of control. And maybe this is also something that needs to go, that needs to be in the past. So there needs to be a lot of self-awareness. And that goes, of course, for you and for the other person. The more consciousness, the more awareness, the more perfect it will be. And with temperance here, there's really space for fine-tuning. It's something that this is the advice, okay? It's to take this very seriously. So if it is romantic for you, and you think that this has potential, I feel like this reading is about this. It's confirming that this relationship, if it matches, if this is resonating with your situation, it does have a lot of potential if it's taken seriously, if it's something that is respected, and if it's something that is honored. And in order to do that, there needs to be an encounter with grief. And that grief might be outside or inside. I'm not sure, because there's this juggling, this back and forth here. So maybe both. Maybe there's grief outside of you and things that hurt you that come from the outside, but also things that are inside of you that you're not addressing, or you're not grieving. You need to allow that process. You need to honor the grief. That's why people come together, to honor the grief of loss. To honor the grief of loss is to gain so much more later on, especially later in the month, honoring what you lost. And if you're connecting with someone and that creates and generates powerful emotions in you, try to think long term as much as you can, because there's a lot to be done together. Like, you can get very far if you allow this to grow in a healthy way, in a pure way. Interesting. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm also available for personal readings at the moment, so just send me an email. You will find it below. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Your card is Nellis the Alchemist. And Nellis the Alchemist is about irrevocable change. It's about something that you transform and it changes forever. Something that will change forever. Okay. A lot of transformation this month for all of the piles. October is always very, very powerful. Receiving a gift. Oh, sorry for that. Okay. Marriage card. And rich girl. Okay. So maybe you're marrying rich because you're receiving so much. There's a lot of abundance here, material also. And the marriage card can be about signing contracts. It can be about marriage, of course, but it can be something written, a document that changes your life. But it seems like it's like receiving a gift, like a blessing, a gift. It seems like it's something warm, or that warms you, that keeps you warm. Okay. So what else do we have for pile number 3 for the month of October or the coming month? Okay, so this is the waning crescent moon, decreasing in Earth, seed stage, and the keyword is negotiation. Negotiation, and so this might be a contract or the start of a negotiation that culminates in the signing of a document. So you have Ishtar and the Dual, 21st Moon Mansion. Okay. So for the month of October, for pile number 3, we have Venus in Venus in Aries with lust, Sun in Cancer with resourcefulness, Mars in Cancer with quarrel, quarrel and duel, Moon in Capricorn with practicality, and Mars in Capricorn with authority. So, Capricorn. So it's pretty clear this month that you're going to have to face opposition and fight for something that you really, really want. And that might require a bit of sacrifice, but your life will change forever because you will get what you want in the end. And it will almost, although you will let something go, because Ishtar is also about that. It's also about adapting and maybe letting something go so that you have what's really important for you. But in the end, it will seem like you're receiving a gift, so it doesn't really feel that bad of a sacrifice. It doesn't really feel like a sacrifice at all. It will still still feel like you have more than what you started with. It will seem like a blessing, but you will face opposition, and you will face something or someone who is not budging. They're very, very stubborn, and they're not budging, and you will have to adapt, but you will, sorry, you will win in the end, something that's very precious to you. So that's so interesting. Okay. Surrendering with the Four of Cups. Beyond illusion. Judgment card. So letting go or detachment with, detachment. Eight of Cups. Exactly. Okay. Okay, I always forget this keyword, so I'm going to search for it. But this is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to search for it in a minute. Solitude. This is the Hermit. So the keyword is ordinariness. Sorry for that. Okay. Ordinariness and solitude. Stuck in the past. Five of Cups. The Creator. King of Wands. Three of Wands with experiencing. Five of Pentacles, the excluded or exclusion. Inner voice, High Priestess. And the Four of Wands with participation. Okay. So, it feels to me like you have to face something alone. It's like you have a lot of power that you are not in touch with, and if you face something alone, you will awaken. You will awaken that power in yourself. So it might be that you're stuck in a specific experience. Right now, it can be a memory, but it can be more than that. It can be a routine or a habit. It holds great power. So it holds, like the power it holds can be transformative and can keep you stuck. It seems like it's something about your spiritual connection. But this month, you will go from being alone in that experience or that holding that habit or way of being. You'll go from being alone or being outside, being the outsider, from coming together and experiencing something in a group or with other people or in partnership, and it's something that you need to face alone. This might be about ritual This might be about a specific spiritual experience that can be shared, but at the same time experienced in private. It's kind of a contradiction. All the piles had some kind of a paradox, and that happens in my readings sometimes. So if you've been with me, you know that sometimes readings are very paradoxical, and sometimes that means that you just need to find a balance. But not in this case. It doesn't seem like that. It seems like there will be a resolution for this paradox. It won't be like this, okay, I'm trying to fine tune this until I find the middle ground. It will be more like, that doesn't make sense, okay, then if that doesn't make sense, then this makes sense, and so you solve, like you solve the equation. It's kind of that. It's almost like mathematical reasoning in a way. I don't know why I said that, because it's very spiritual, but it's something also like maybe philosophical. It's also practical. And it's exercised by authority. Oh, okay. So this month you will change the way you exercise your authority. Wow. And you will no longer be excluded, you will be part of something. You will be participating in something, and your voice will be heard. You will speak, and you will listen also. So for some of you, this might be about a job opportunity, something that is life-changing, finding like a new path in life, like a new way to fulfill your ambitions, a new way to channel your resources. And you will either fight with yourself because there's some insecurity, because there's doubt, because there's lack of confidence in your authority, or lack of confidence in authority, like challenging authority. You're kind of clashing with something that won't budge, that won't change. And I don't think that you're going to change it, but you're going to change the situation because you're going to make sense of it. You're going to solve it. And also, two things here. It happens because you have a gift. You have a specific insight about the situation that allows you to clash with this energy that won't budge. And in that clashing, in facing that alone, get the data, the information that you need so that you solve this problem, or that you make up your mind about something. And that's because you have a gift. But there's also the other side of this. That's when the duel is over, you will find like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You will find the resources, and you will think of them as a gift. Because you want them, you desire that. You have lust here. You desire that gift. But I don't think you have ever had it like that, like bestowed, given to you like that. Something will feel like a gift. It will be a gift from an authority figure, or from or it will come by just allowing yourself to accept something, and it will feel like a gift. It's something that you face alone. And this month will change you forever. You will never be the same person. You will look at your past and you will not recognize yourself. So this month, I feel like for you, this pile is the most transformative in that sense, because it will be like day and night, or night and day, whatever you want to see in this. It will seem like a gift in the end. Also, one thing here is that although you need to face this alone, and it will seem like something maybe insignificant that holds a lot of power for you, you will also have help. Because that energy of coming together is about you coming together with other people and participating in something, being seen and being heard, especially being heard. But it's also about other people wanting to come together for you. But first you will face it alone. But in fact, you are not alone. In reality, you are not alone in this. Everyone is gathering around you. There's something else here. So I'm going to get a bit of clarification. Okay. King of Pentacles with abundance. So that's what I was seeing here. Okay. So I don't know why, but it seems like you will own something. So for some of you, this is about signing a deal that will make you into an owner. Like you own something, you get something, a gift. It keeps you warm. Something that keeps you warm, whatever it is. Something valuable, very, very valuable. But like you signed a deal for the house or for the car or something like that. Something that protects you, keeps you warm, that keeps you safe. That has a lot of abundance. It's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So it seems to me like this whole process of transformation is going to open up the opportunity for you to own something. Or when you come out of this experience, you will be the owner of something and you will be a completely different person. You will have a different social function. You will have a completely different status by the end of this transformation. No one will see you the same way again also. So this is something that's going to be visible to others, although it will be something that you face alone. Something that you face alone. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but it's just how it's coming out. There's another layer that's a bit more practical, because you also have practicality here. It's that your skills are going to take you a long way. And also because of that recognition that you get, because of you show off your skills, you get this abundance. You get to the top of the material mountain, let's say, and it brings you a lot of joy. It seems like it's receiving a gift. It's a gift of abundance. It's this beautiful, luxurious material wealth that you get to enjoy also. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm also available for personal readings at the moment, so you can find my email in the description box below. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.